Good day, everybody. This is Vic from V-Drive bringing it to you. 2025 Lexus RX350 F Sport 2. This is one of my favorite SUVs after spending about 10 hours with this vehicle. One of my friends just bought it. He ended up lending it to me, and I absolutely love this thing. Look at this thing. You have the cool design on the hood right here. You have the really sexy looking LED lights. You have the inbuilt lights right here, and you have the projector lamp too. Now, when you're driving down the road, if you're turning your steering wheel from left to right or right to left, the projector will actually follow where the steering wheel is going. Now, some of you might be wondering, what the heck is going on with this nose? It actually looks like your uncle's nose because it's too long and this grille is too wide as well. It's massive. You have the Lexus design right in the middle. You have the blacked out grille. It's massive. All the airflow that you can get into this 2.4 liter turbocharged engine, you can get all that into it. Now, come to the side right here. Blacked out grille, gloss black finish, and you have the aluminum finish right at the bottom here too. You do have the sensors on the side to make sure you don't hit nobody, and you have the fog lamps right in the middle. Now, in my opinion, I drove this vehicle last night without those fog lamps being turned on, and I was pretty okay with it. And I can tell you that these lights are way cooler than anything that you had in the past. You do have this fake vent, which is a kind of a zonk for me, because why would you put something fake if it's not going to be functional, right? But behind that grille, all that airflow, you can dissect that using these air vents at the back right here. All the air will dissipate way out of that, and also it will also help to make sure to cool down your disc brakes and rotors as well. And right here you have the aluminum gunmetal wheels. As you can see, you have the 235 50 R21s, and these are all-season tires that you get from the factory. If you live in a province like Alberta, where I am from, you will have to special order all-weather tires or the winter tires, or you can ask your rep at the dealership if you like. You have the nice spoke design with the Lexus in between there too. Looks pretty cool. One thing I'm really thinking, why the heck they actually not put some better material inside the wheel well, because they can actually do a really good job of making this vehicle even more sound deadening. It's an understatement if I'll say it's not already sound deadening or a soundproof, but you know what, they can definitely make it better. Your side profile right here, when you're spending 75 grand on this vehicle, they definitely made it right using the body match too. Of course, a cool design on the mirror here with the aluminum in between. You have the blind spot detection, all that kind of stuff. A nice design at the bottom, but instead of matching the paint with the body here, they put plastic right here, which is fine. Even Lexus has to cut some sort of a cost on their vehicle, which is cool. And one more thing I would like to mention before I go to the back of the vehicle, with the black paint that you can see, it's like a diamond black color. You have the chrome trim in between that gives us a nice finish, and it closed down at the back of the vehicle. The tail lamps looks really cool, and if you'll come all across here, the light goes all across and gives it a really nice look. You have the Lexus badging all the way at the back. You have the RX350 with the all-wheel drive badging as well. And you have the sensors right on top of the bumper here. Now, these vents at the back, you might think that are actually exhaust outlets. They are not. They actually make it look like they're exhaust outlets, but these are just some sort of a fake vents, which is fine. But let me just show you the space inside the boot, because after looking at this, you'll be like, Vic, you can actually throw a couple bodies in there, because this is what you get. I have some extra stuff that my friend has put it into the vehicle. I'm not going to interrupt into that, but there's plenty of space. You do get this shade at the back too, which you can just move it up front and it goes down. And if you would like to drop these seats, which I'm going to get into that in a second, you can press these buttons right here and drop these seats if you like. Just by doing that, the seat goes slowly down. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you guys. If you have any questions, drop a comment below, but do not forget to subscribe, because I don't want to miss you during my next videos here. Now, this is what you get. Under the hood, you get this 2.4 liter turbocharged engine that puts out 275 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque with the 8-speed transmission. Now, some of you might be wondering, can you get a hybrid version in this specific one? You'll actually have to go for RX500 H for you to get a hybrid version, which is going to be exact same vehicle with the hybrid option, and it's going to be 366 horsepower as well. So a lot more power. Of course, your fuel economy will improve drastically as well. But that's what you get, and it's still a great fuel economy. If you're talking about how many kilometers you get per, how many liters per 100 kilometers you'll spend, based on my friend's experience and what I have spent on this one, it's going to be roughly around 8 liters per 100 kilometers, which in my opinion is pretty slick, right? Before I get inside, I also want to mention one more thing. Pay attention to these wipers right here. These are not just regular wipers. There was a time when Lexus used to have these little corner stops where they used to spray water to, or the washer fluid to the windshield. Now you have it on top of this portion right here. Right on top there is a nozzle. Let me try to show it to you so you can see how it handles. All right, let me just give you a quick rundown on the interior. But before that, this is the fob that you get. It's a little bit heavier than any other Toyota or the Lexus key that I've ever seen in the past. But best part I like about this, it's keyless entry, and there is no like actually clicking option or the function here. You just put your hand in, press the button, the door opens up. Now, this is what's gonna surprise you the most. You have the suede right here with the speakers in the middle. You have the button right here that you press to open the door. Space right here. You have ambient lighting around, as you can see, and you have these nice red leather seats with the suede inside, the perforation. And if you want to move your seats up and down, you can also press this button right here. If you press this button long enough, the seat's going to automatically come down, or if you want to recline it, you can also do that as well, which is a pretty cool function here. Now, talking about the space, there is plenty of space here. I'm reclined the best comfort possible. I can see, as you can see it from this angle here too, a lot of space, moonroof. You have the heated and cooling seats at the back as well, and I have the USB-C ports, and you do have a small bump because it's an all-wheel drive vehicle. The drive shaft goes back. Now, there is a cup holder option right here too. Of course, more space here. You press this, the cup holders opens up, right? And if you move this thing past, you can also throw another third person or a child at the back too. I guess the only thing that's left in this vehicle for a passenger at the back is just the DVDs at the back. I mean, you know, I'm not asking for too much for $75,000, but you know what? Talking about the comfort and what you are left with, that's the only thing that's left, because this is all the luxury that we are talking, right? Now let's get to the front of the vehicle so I can talk about a few more things. All right, let's get to the main business, which is the front seats right here. You have the fully power seats on both driver and passenger, and these are fully heated and cooling seats as well. This is how the vehicle looks like, you sitting in the cockpit here. You have the fully leather steering wheel with the paddle shifters at the back, and then you have the digital cluster screen there too. You have the light controls, the memory seats, all that kind of stuff, and the fuel openings too. You have the heads-up display, and you have a nice finish overall, because this dash is connected to the touch screen. It has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and every single thing is on the screen. One thing which I usually really pay attention to, if you're living in a province like Alberta that I live in, and if the screen actually shuts down because of the temperature, what you're going to do, how you're going to operate the temperature, that's still a question, because all the climate control options are right in the screen. There is no actual buttons here, but you do have ambient lighting. It looks really cool. You have ambient lighting all across here too. You have the nice stitching there, and you have the nice, you know, suede feel right here too. You have the wireless charging here, and a button you can press to control this whole panel, and it looks really nice. A really cool finish. You have the transmission shifter, which is really cute. You can actually press your brake and move this around and put it in reverse. Turns on your backup camera here too, and of course your drive mode selector here too, and you press P for that. You have the cup holders, and the most interesting part, you can move your center console, both the sides. And yes, if some of you have a wild question, if you press both the buttons, can you move it? You can't, because the first one to press opens up the whole thing. But now let's just go for a quick drive so I can show it to you how this vehicle handles and what's the power report and all that kind of stuff that you need to know. Let's get to it. One thing I have to give to Lexus and Toyota is Toyota being super economical and Lexus being their luxury side of the business there. The way they are able to separate both of the brands and the pricing and the quality is just unbelievable. Because just for an example, this key right here, that's a Lexus key. Now, you know, I'm a car guy, I understand the differences and all that stuff, but at some point, if you're looking at a Lexus, you'll actually say, yeah, it's just a Toyota. Yes, you're right, it is just a Toyota, but at the end of the day, the money that Toyota is spending, or Lexus is spending to to put a separation behind the customer's back there, to separate Lexus and Toyota. It's actually a big deal. Now, for example, I'm driving this vehicle. Toyota has the same engine, but there is no way in the world a RAV4 feels this premium and comfy like this vehicle, because suspension is tuned, your seats are nice, these are bucket seats, the vehicle is so quiet. If you're driving the same vehicle in a Toyota, it's not going to sound the same, because you know what? They're not, because they did a really good job, as I said. Now, I'm driving at the speed of 60 right now, actually 57 as we speak. Try to get up to 60. It's really smooth. It's handling small little bumps on the road, really cool. You have the paddle shifter in case I want to put it into the manual mode. But overall, it's just a really good feel. I'll try to step on the gas and it just goes there. Look at that. Wow. One thing I will still have to say, I would really like a V6 engine into this specific body. Now, of course, a hybrid will provide more horsepower and the more torque and the fuel economy. But you know what? But nothing beats a V6 engine. But you know what? If you are like my dad, or your uncle's age or all that kind of stuff, you'll still be fine with the current performance and the power that you get out of this vehicle. Well, let's just do a quick drag on this one. I'm going to step on the gas and let's just see how it goes. Here it is. Wow. Since it's a small engine and trying to get more power with the turbo, you'll definitely hear that little scream there. But you know what? The sound deadening is helping to a point that you won't hear that much. Of course, if you lower down the window, it's going to be a different story. But the handling is great on a higher speed. If you brake, that's pretty smooth actually. Let me know your thoughts. If any of you had a chance to drive a Lexus RX350 Sport F2 on the highway or anywhere, or even for a test drive, let me know your thoughts and how long you've been owning this vehicle. What's your experience been? I would love to hear from you, because that's what I do. I gather information and pass it on to people like you, and your people like you giving me the information and pass it back and forth, right? But with that, we are done. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment below. I'm looking forward to see you in the next video, and please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. See you later.